morning, and hello to all Irish people around the world. This is the true news from Ireland, read by me, the Paddy Poet, John Gurhy. I have my glasses on this morning because it was a little bit cold. Today I want to concentrate on the American election, and I want to call on all my fellow Irish Americans to come out today and vote for Mitt Romney. If Mitt Romney wins the election, I'm coming back. And if Obama wins the election, I'm probably going to end up dying smoking crack. And I think he's going to introduce a crack allowance. I want to tell you about depression, because we do not want to go back to depression in America. I want to tell you about depression in Ireland. I grew up in a rough area, and I'll tell you something. Even the Alsatians, they call the curfew with their young. Mrs. McCracken next door only changed the underwear on the kids every 60 days. And I remember her shouting, "Why don't you put your underwear on the right way around? Can't you remember? Brown to the back and yellow to the front." We do not want to remember those bad days of unemployment. I remember in Ireland, we thought manual labour was a Spanish ballerina. And all you people would be familiar with W-2s in America. We thought a W-2 was a nuclear warhead. But just to sum up, I really want you to come out and vote for Mitt Romney, because I did achieve the American dream. When I came to America in 1986, well, I was in an awful fix, but soon I got to know the place and an awful lot of people helped me. Of course, I did get married along the way, and indeed I always had a soft spot for the wife's family, a swamp in front of the house in Ireland. But I used to get along really well with my mother-in-law, and once I had her in Madame Tussauds in London, the wax museum, and I got an awful shock. She went missing for 2 hours, and the next thing 2 porters arrived back and said, "You better move her, we're stock taking." But I do hope to return to America very soon, and I remember such other great things over there. I remember on my boat one night, 5 young girls came onto the boat, and John Hearn and myself took the 2 tallest ones, and we left the 3 small ones for the Keaveneys. So until next week, this is the Paddy Poet telling you the true Irish news, and go Romney. Getting ready for the election 2012, hear my chant. No you can't, no you can't, no you can't. Yes we can, thanks to all our sisters and brothers. Wonderful promises, there really was no others. Promises, there was such a range. You said, Mr. President, time for change, time for change. You will be remembered after we have long lamented. Not once did you mention the Irish undocumented. Our own cowardly politicians drowning shamrocks and turning their backs. So nice of you, Mr. President, to let our undocumented pay their tax. Addressing the crowds in Ireland, you spoke so softly. Our liberal wankers convinced that you hurl for Offaly. A real cold morning, sorry about the shower. Nice of you and Michelle to stop in for just an hour. A champion of civil rights, or are you just another president, or not just another resident? Why have you deported more people than any other president? Amnesty for the Mexicans, you proudly gloat. You're going to refrain from shooting them if they swim over and vote. So proud to be a defendant of a slave. If you don't mind yourself, you'll need the 5 and knave. The press in your pocket, they don't print anything shitty, but we all know the truth about you in the Windy City. You must really think we're as thick as jinnets. You were in Israel for 24 hours, but poor old Palestine for only 24 minutes. Last time you won, easy with the one-sided news. Poor old Palestine, in your pocket you had the Jews. So tell me, Mr. President, how well you have led. Insurance impossible for a poor soul on his deathbed. Thanks for nothing, Mr. President, and I hope you go home crying. We have a new hero coming into the White House, a Kilkenny hurler, that's Paul Ryan.